What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Now in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys the Vegas Pro 22 update 2 features, which are really cool because those are actually two features that I used to use a lot on clients' audio, so it's really helpful. I can't wait to show you guys. So the first one is auto normalization. So you know when you drag in a audio file from your microphone or your external camera, the audio is super off, then all of a sudden it's super loud, then it's super quiet, and you have to crank it up with a few decibels of gain. It just gives you a really hard time just to make sure that all the audio editing is also going very quickly and smoothly. So the auto normalization function is really cool. So this new video event switch automatically recalculates the normalization for an event after you edit that event. Several different edits could trigger this recalculation, including slip and slide effects, which I will show you guys in just a second. So with the traditional normalize function active, you just split an event. The normalization of the second resulting event remains the same as it was before the split, so that doesn't get affected. You really have to do it cut per cut. But with the new auto normalize switch active, when you make a split, Vegas recalculates the normalization of both events really quickly and very accurately, so you don't have to go ahead and right click on every single audio cut that you made and then hit normalize again or recalculate the decibels. So I'm just going to show you guys how that works. So let's go ahead and drag in a audio file with a recording of a voice, but that's pretty softly recorded. There was not a lot of preamp to it, so it could use some normalization. But the problem is that in the past, when you hit normalize, you would just crank up all the gain and everything would be normalized straight away without any kind of, dynamics to it. Okay, so I dragged in this audio file right here. As you can see, the audio waves are quite small because obviously it didn't have a lot of preamp gain. As a side note, make sure to record your voice not too loud with too much gain. Otherwise, your audio will start clipping when you normalize it, and then you will have pretty much unusable results. So now that we have dragged in this clip right here, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to hit on switches, and then we're going to click on auto normalize. So as you can tell, the audio waves have been, become a little bit bigger. But the cool thing is if you pay attention to what happens each time you make a cut, it will actually adjust the audio waves. So now with this feature checked, each time you make a cut, you can see right here, I'll zoom in very closely because obviously sometimes the results of the audio waves are visually not that big. So I'll just zoom in so you guys can see it. So as you can tell, each time I make a cut, it automatically adjusts it and it automatically normalizes it. So you don't have to go ahead and right click on every single cut that you made. So for example, if I take some, blank white noise, if I just make a cut right here with any silence, you can see that it even amplifies that. And it's that simple. As soon as you split the event, the auto normalize function kicks in and it recalculates normalization for both resulting events. You won't likely see, any changes on the loud side, but you'll see the waveforms on the quiet side shift quite a bit because obviously that's going to bring it up based on the events next to that. So of course, as with other event switches, you can also engage the auto normalization switch through the edit menu at the event properties dialog box. So in order to disengage auto renormalization, you got to access the event switches from any of these methods and deselect the audio renormalize checkbox. And as with the traditional normalize feature, you can specify the default normalization level. So in order to do this, you want to choose options. You're going to go to preferences and then open up the preferences dialog box and click the audio tab and then enter the normalization value you want to have the peak level to be in decibels in the field, then hit OK, because those settings affect both this feature and the traditional normalize function as well. So as you can tell, guys, that's a really cool feature because obviously in the past, even before I was using this feature, every single time a client, for example, sends over an audio file and they recorded this external audio through a GoPro, through this Rode Wireless Go or Pro, I think it was, that you have to clip onto your collar. So when they drag that in, sometimes the audio is really quiet and then all of a sudden it's really loud. So you could use a compressor to bring the dynamics, closer together, but normalizing just works a lot better because then all the audio will be more straightened out and you don't have to go ahead and do that manually every single time. So let's move on to the second feature from update 2 from Vegas Pro 22, and that is AutoDucking. And this is actually something that I actually started to use this year. I wasn't too familiar with it. So you can actually compare this to sidechaining in music. So you want to have, for example, another element, duck away a little bit to make space for something else. And that's what we're going to do with a voice recording with background music. So you always know that no matter what you're watching, if it's documentaries or, even tutorials today at this day and age, you will see that that anytime somebody's talking and they're pausing, the music comes back up when it's silent and it immediately ducks down when they start speaking. So this auto ducking is also available now in Vegas Pro. So this feature provides the ability to automatically duck the volume of one or more tracks based upon the audio that's present obviously in one or more other tracks. So for example, you can set a narration track and then as the auto ducking control track, this creates a new auto ducking control envelope on that track based upon the amplitude of the audio present on the track. So usually the easy way to do is just lower your volume to, let's say, minus 29 decibels of the background music and then hope nobody notices. But with this feature, it's actually a lot more efficient. So as you can tell, the top one with all the a little bit more pauses is my voice recording, and then underneath it is the background music. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the music is going to duck away a little bit each time I start speaking. So this is also a very cool feature. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to click on this icon right here on the very left side. So that's pretty much the one on the background music track, and then it's going to open up this little box. So this is the auto ducking parameters window. So let's go ahead and start off simple. So we'll create a basic duck envelope that lowers the volume of music when there is somebody speaking, and then when the person has stopped talking, we're going to have the music come back up again. So in order to do this, you want to set the floor reduction slider to the amount that you want to attenuate. So that is turned down. The volume of the music, something around 12 dB usually works, but you really have to see how soft or how loud you want to have your music to be when somebody else is talking. So it could be more than minus 12 or it could be less. That depends on the project you're working on. So set the slider to minus 12 dB. We'll talk about the peaks reduction a little bit later, but for now set the peak reduction slider to 0 so that it has absolutely no effect, and then we're going to hit OK. So this is where you basically have to adjust both faders. So you want to right click on your audio track and then you want to hit this one to open up that menu again, and then you want to pretty much, you know, play around with the percentage. So if I place it, for example, around here, you can tell that it actually now created those yellow, I wouldn't call them keyframes, kind of like points of like how the dynamics or control of the song. So you really have to play around with those two markers to actually have your you know, music duck down a little bit when somebody's talking, because obviously you could do this manually, but it's pretty much impossible because there's so many pauses and microseconds of silence between certain words that it becomes pretty much impossible. So you could, for example, do this when somebody has stopped talking and there's like 10 seconds. It's pretty doable just to bring the volume back up then. But when somebody else is speaking constantly and has like a second or even less of time between each word, it's pretty much unstarted work and it's just going to take you way too long to do that manually. So that's how you can do this. So it's really nice, guys. Make sure to check out this feature because obviously it's kind of the same thing as sidechaining. I said before, like you want to make space for something else and that track is going out of the way based on the activity on another track. So it's really cool that Vegas Pro has added this because obviously sometimes you want to have a little bit more, like less distraction, and then when music ducks down a little bit, it will bring focus to the voiceover. So those are two really sick features from update 2 from Vegas Pro 22, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to grab your copy of Vegas Pro 22 because I weekly still get comments and questions from people asking if it's worth it, especially when they're coming from like Vegas Pro 18 or 19 when they make the jump to 22. I actually highly recommend it. The link is down in the description. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys obviously in the next one.